Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortensia Carty, and it is Tuesday. So choose to smile, choose to love, choose to help, choose to be kind, choose to be happy, choose to be you. Happy Tuesday. And once again, thank you for tuning in today to Good Morning SKN, our 233rd episode.
But who's counting? All right, we move on to the latest in local news, this from SKNIS. The order paper has been circulated for a special sitting of the National Assembly to award the 25 most remarkable teens in St. Kitts and Nevis. The special sitting will be held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort Royal Ballroom, Frigate Bay on Wednesday, 30th November at 6:30 p.m. The sitting will be attended by the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Minister of Youth Empowerment, and the Honorable Iseline Phillip, Junior Minister within the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, along with other cabinet members. Dr. Hanley will make a statement in his capacity as Minister of Youth Empowerment. The public business will take the form of the reading of individual profiles by current CARICOM youth ambassadors, followed by an award presentation by members of Parliament. The special sitting of the National Assembly will be aired live on ZIZ Radio 96 FM and participating radio stations. It can also be viewed live on TV Channel 5 in St. Kitts and Channel 98 in Nevis. It will also be streamed live via www.zizonline.com and the SKNIS Facebook page. 25 most remarkable teens. Yes. This is something that's really admirable.
Yes.
When I think of the number of teens who've been awarded for different things, I always say that it would be interesting to see what they're up to now.
Yes, indeed. So they need to do a where are they now?
Well, maybe we can do a where are they now?
Ooh.
Or where are they not?
Challenge accepted. We continue now. Government relaunches application process for PAP. This from Wind Media. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has decided to revamp the execution of the Poverty Alleviation Program, PAP, declaring that the continuity of the program as it has been managed over the past years is not financially prudent. On Sunday night, November 27th, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Minister of Community Development and Social Services, notified the public of the problematic situation under which the state has found itself with the Poverty Alleviation Program. Minister Hanley said, and quote, on October the 3rd, 2022, the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs received from the Ministry of Sustainable Development files related to the application for the Poverty Alleviation Program. A preliminary examination of the information included, but are not limited to, no social security number being provided. This was a result of the submission of names and not full application forms or persons simply not providing the same. Incorrect application information, which included names, the incorrect names made it possible for one person to receive two benefits by switching their names. For example, John James Doe and James John Doe, end quote. According to Dr. Hanley, civil servants who did not fit the criteria were removed from the Poverty Alleviation Program, thus saving the government some funds. Wow.
Interesting story. I always wonder, well, I'm wondering here now, where does James fit in? I'm appreciative of John Doe and Doe John, but somehow James got squeezed into it.
He's always in it, huh?
No, not this way. All right, on that note, moving on. Prime Minister Drew hails St. Kitts Run and Family Walk as a vehicle that supports the youth. This from SKNIS. The 11th annual St. Kitts Run and Family Walk was held on Saturday, November 26th, and Prime Minister of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, who was also one of the participants, is thanking the organizers, sponsors, and participants for supporting the country's youth. Dubbed 2K Walk and 5K Run and held at the Royal St. Kitts Golf Club in Frigate Bay, it was a welcome event for the participants after a 2-year hiatus occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic. It is held for the support of the West Bastyr-based St. Christopher Children's Home. Prime Minister Drew said, quote, I want to say that the initiative to have persons walk or run for the support of our youth here in St. Kitts and Nevis must be an admirable gesture. I want to encourage the organizers and even those who participated to show their support and to continue to do what they are doing, for more efforts like these in the communities are needed because the government cannot do it alone. It always needs the people to participate actively, and this is one such activity.
because I said it. I went. It was well attended. I don't remember seeing the Prime Minister. I saw the Deputy and I saw the Minister of Infrastructure there. And now I see the Prime Minister's there. Good help.
Definitely so.
So Jamie, you're coming next time, huh?
I am not going to commit to anything on air because my words will come back to haunt me. It's like once it's spoken, there it goes. Somebody will always bring up the video, right?
All right, we will blow that now as we continue with the weather forecast. It's partly cloudy with a high of 81 and a low of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Much more after this short break. Stay tuned.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue now with regional news. This from Antigua Newsroom. The government of the Republic of Cuba has provided additional scholarships for Antiguan and Barbudan students to commence medical degree studies in Cuba in 2023. Responding to a request from Prime Minister, the Honorable Gaston Brown, the government of Cuba said that it is adding 7 additional scholarships to the 9 granted for the 2023 academic year, commencing in February. 4 scholarships are being provided to Cuban-trained doctors to specialize, along with 1 additional dentistry and 2 medical studies scholarships. Prime Minister Brown commended the government of Cuba for supporting his government's desire to provide the best possible education to its citizens from preschool to tertiary level. Prime Minister Brown said, and quote, "Cuba has been a true friend of Antigua and Barbuda, and despite their challenges, they have trained some of our best professionals and healthcare workers. They have provided the single greatest contribution to Antigua and Barbuda in the field of education, and we celebrate our strong bond of friendship, end quote. This is very good. Congratulations to those who will receive them eventually.
Right. Education. Way of the future. All right, moving on to the international news list from CNN. For the first time in decades, thousands of people have defied Chinese authorities to protest at universities and on the streets of major cities, demanding to be freed not only from incessant COVID tests and lockdowns, but strict censorship and the Communist Party's tightening grip over all aspects of life. Across the country, Want Freedom has become a rallying cry for a groundswell of protests, mainly led by the younger generation, some too young to have taken part in previous acts of open dissent against the government. Give me liberty or give me death, crowds by the hundreds shouted in several cities, according to videos circulating online, as vigils to mark the deaths of at least 10 people in a fire in Xinjiang spiraled into political rallies. Videos circulating online seem to suggest China's strict zero COVID policy initially prevented emergency workers from accessing the scene, angering residents across the country who have endured 3 years of varying COVID controls. Wow, this is devastating if this is in fact the case. You know, COVID protocols limit the access of emergency workers to the scene of a fire and 10 people die as a result of it. This is devastating. You can understand that protest.
Just Saturday, me and my cousin was having a discussion, and she was saying how they have to be inside because they have drones with facial recognition and they can get in trouble. Listen, I empathize with those folks, but I'm happy where I live in this part of the world. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but I couldn't live under those strict rules.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And we're grateful indeed for Hortensia to be here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and we're grateful that you are also watching us here on Good Morning SKN. That's all that we have for the latest, but we'll be back in a moment with more. Stay tuned.
Hi. If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or 2.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first. If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Yesterday, we had a fun debate surrounding two of the most popular animals in the world, cats and dogs. In this segment, Hortensia and I will be exploring the animal kingdom by... Wow. What are we doing? Singing?
Yeah.
We're going onto the sea, actually.
Under
We're
the
actually going onto the
sea.
sea. I stopped for a moment because I was remembering The Little Mermaid, and I really thought that I was going to be in character for a little while. I was looking for your fins or whatever else was going on. In any event, we are going onto the sea.
Yeah.
We're going to learn about some fantastic dolphins, all right?
Are you excited?
Wow.
On cue.
Why did we say that together? I wonder. I have no idea why we asked that together. All right, so here's some interesting facts about dolphins. So there are many types of dolphins. There are over 40 different species of dolphins which can be found all over the world. And quite frankly, I think dolphins are all the same. That's me in my ignorance. And again, for me, the poster boy of dolphins is Flipper.
Yes, of course, we know that. Yeah. But the freshwater dolphin is this one, with the light pink skin. I didn't even know the orcas are dolphins. The big whales, they are dolphins. They are actually dolphins.
Well, you learn something every day. At least you should.
Do you know the dolphin has the dolphins could be wrestlers? I never knew they could body slam each other. I learned all of that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Wow. Okay. They don't just live in the ocean. Although most dolphin species call the oceans their home, several river dolphin species also exist. These live in free waterways across Asia and South America. One example is the Amazon river dolphin or the pink river dolphin. Yeah. See? Cute.
I can see why it got its name.
Wow. He looks naked in a way. But because you know the others are dark. And he just looked pink. So he just looked like the inside of the dark dolphin. Cute though.
I'm gonna hold my thought. It's okay. Yeah.
Oh my God! But Jamie, share the thought. Share the thought.
No,
It's
I'm
cute
not
though.
gonna share that thought at all. It's a lovely color.
Wow.
All right. So dolphins are highly social beings. You're unlikely to stumble across a loner dolphin in the wild. That's because dolphins are famously social beings who, depending on their species, are known to travel in pods of around 2 to 30 individuals. We'll talk about being gregarious. That is a whole collection or whole class of dolphins.
Look at that.
When I was teaching, if I had 30 students in my class, I consider that big. There you go. They're traveling together.
to get. I wonder if they have cell phones. I wonder if they keep up on Instagram and WhatsApp and TikTok. I wonder if they do the dolphin dance. You know.
I don't wonder any of that. I don't
Since they're so social, you never know. You never know, but their pod looks pretty neat though. It's not unorganized, if you realize.
When you look at the way that they're traveling, if
Yeah.
you're a tourist or a boater or anything like that, and you see these things, I wonder how frequently they're sighted, because this is really fascinating to see.
Yes.
And obviously somebody took this picture, so that was great.
Yes, must have been somebody on a boat, or maybe a drone in the sky. Up, in, up, in. Wow. Dolphins are fast sprinters. Dolphins typically swim at a speed of 7 to 8 miles per hour, but some exceed that and travel at a speed of over 20 miles per hour. The highest they can swim is 25 miles per hour, huh? Look at those boys. Maybe a gal is in between. Wow, they're cute.
That's one way to hang 10 or catch a wave.
Yep.
They blow bubbles when hunting. Dolphins produce bubbles to herd their prey to the surface. When they blow their bubble nets around schools of fish, it forces the fish to cluster together, making them easier for the dolphins to catch.
Oh. Everybody has their own means and ways of hunting, huh?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Apparently so.
Look at that. All the fish that look like a pack of sardines. Lunchtime. Dolphins are chatty animals. Dolphins have some of the most elaborate acoustic abilities in the animal kingdom. They have a variety of sounds, including whistles, clicks, squawks, barks, groans, and yelps. They have a variety of sounds, including whistles, that those clicks, sounds help the other dolphins to identify who that dolphin that is making the song is. So like we have our names, that's what the dolphin use to identify each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the dolphin looks cute. But the skin always gets me, how shiny it looks.
Hey, Flipper.
You wish.
Every dolphin is Flipper, just like in these parts.
You know, right?
You know, cereal, breakfast cereal is all cornflakes. You
All
guys know that, right?
cornflakes.
That's what we do here, right?
All cornflakes. We're not even going to say Cheerios. We're not going to say Raisin Bran. Cornflakes.
That's
okay?
Flipper.
Cornflakes.
Flipper. And they are smart. So dolphins are highly intelligent. They are talented mimics and quick learners. This is so very interesting. They demonstrate self-awareness, problem solving, and empathy, teaching skills, grief, joy, and playfulness.
I was looking at a dolphin swim around in front of a mirror, and to see how he or she looks, let me not discriminate, you know, just like how we would stand in front of the mirror and look at ourselves, this is the dolphin swimming and just looking at, checking out him or herself, you know, every angle he goes or she goes, looks back, and I'm like, wow, he's aware of what, or of his presence, I should say. But it was just funny how he took a very long time in front of that mirror. They put a mirror in the pool.
Aha, okay. Which gender would you think that is? Never mind.
I'm going to say it is both. It can either be, but it could be a male that is fanciful and full of itself. Then it could be a female that was just enjoying the gorgeousness of herself.
Imagine that.
Yes. So you see, I put it on both genders.
You did.
Oh my gosh, dolphin. Have you ever swam with them? Have you ever touched them?
Nope.
I touched them. I have not yet gone into the water with them. In total, I touched them. I'm supposed to do it here like forever. I've never gone. Hopefully I do it soon. One life, huh?
Yes.
And before we get to middle age, we need to do these things, you know, because by middle age, we might have extra creaks and stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
GMSK Nation, do you see how my co-host doesn't buy my 50? One day he's going to buy it, one day. So dolphins stick with their mothers for a long time. Some stay with their mothers for 3 to or even 8 years. It is in the nature of the dolphin to stick with their mother for a long time before they leave their pack. Wow, 3 to 8 and they're adults. Time to go.
No, 3 to 8 is a long time. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, can I have a dolphin as a pet and hope he doesn't grow up? Things like these I would love Neverland to be around for, because I want him to stay that cute. Yes, look how cute he looks. There is something else that I realized too. Once they get their kids, they normally bring their kids back to their parents too. It's amazing how everything has its own sense and sensibility that it knows to find its parents or its family in the long run. Oh, can I have a baby dolphin? But it needs not to grow up.
And dolphins have 2 stomachs. They use one stomach for storage of food, while the other is used for digestion.
So they always have food on them, basically. Wow. So that's one stomach. Where's the next stomach? They are great divers. Being creatures of the sea, dolphins can dive up to 1,000 feet. So apparently they have better lungs than us. So they have this lungs that can hold all this air in it, so that when they go under, the deeper they go, the more they release the air so they don't suffocate under there. I didn't even know the dolphin had a little cover for its blowhole when it's on the water. I was like, what? And their little flukes they use, like, you know, the engines on boats, which is their little tails, so that they can move so fast. I was fascinated. And they also, another thing I found out is that they sleep for 8 hours, but 4 hours at a time in a 24-hour period, because, you know, they have to keep one eye open, so they only sleep with half of their brain. They have to keep one eye open for predators and, you know, yeah.
I lived under the sea. Anyway, dolphins can live for up to 50 years, even though the average lifespan is about 17 years for dolphins. Some can even live up to 50 years.
Which is the dolphin's prime of life. It's mid-age.
How is that? It's mid-age, Cretensi.
Human mid-age.
Okay. I'm not buying it.
I cannot get him to buy it. Yes, they can live from 20 up to 50 years. So I guess this is a grandpa dolphin. Yeah. You can tell from his lower jaw, you know. Has little wrinkles. Looks like he's lost his teeth. Grandpa dolphin, yeah. And see, look like he's going fully gray, losing his black. Don't you see that? Oh my gosh, Jamie's not working with me here. Am I the only one with the animated mind? You can tell that's a grandpa, right? GMSK Nation, tell me, what do you think? Looks like a grandpa dolphin. They don't chew their food. Dolphins eat a variety of fish, squid, and crustaceans, but they do not chew their food. They swallow it as a whole. Wow. That's a whole octopus fighting that dolphin. A whole octopus fighting him. Like, don't try to eat me.
Oh, what a way to go.
Wow. But they're carnivore. Dolphins are carnivores, though. They eat it all. Wow.
And killer whales aren't whales. Who knew? Contrary to their name, they belong to the dolphin family. Killer whales, reaching up to a length of 30 feet, are the biggest kind of dolphins. Killer whales.
The biggest kind of serious Batman dolphins in the sea. Because they beat up any and everything, boy. And they too, you realize when they hunt in pods, right? And they do corral their prey as well. So they're very smart. The biggest, baddest dolphins of the sea. But I never understood why the other dolphins, the small ones, made to protect us, because, you know, they would beat up the shark that's trying to attack something else. But these don't eat it. Not only beat it, eat it. And the first thing they try to bite for them when I watch Discoveries, their what is it called? Their liver? I don't know if that's the tastiest part of them. They go straight for that.
All I saw when I looked at that picture was Michael Jackson's "It Doesn't Matter If You're Black or White."
Aww.
And I had to mention it because you just said, beat it.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. But for real, look at that combination, huh? If the world could be this nice, and it really doesn't matter if you're black or white. Because even the Whale shows you that the colors go well together. Hectors are the rarest dolphins. They have distinct black facial markings, short, stocky bodies, and dorsal fins. Hectors are also the smallest type of dolphin. Their size range between 3 to 4 feet long. Aww. Maybe I need a Hector then.
I'm pretty sure we've got a few Hectors around the island.
He looks like. Oh man, Jamie. But he looks cute. I'm trying to say he looks like an animal. He looks like a land animal though. I'm trying to figure out. What does he look like? He has a look of a mongoose with something else. He looks like a land animal. He does. Look at him looking so
All right, that's
cute.
your mind. I'm not seeing any of it.
Oh, Jamie, you got a mole. That's what he has the features of. Yes, it's cute. Okay, so I'm getting me a Hector. Hector don't walk on 2 feet though.
As the dolphins call each other by name. It had been long suspected that dolphins use distinctive whistles in much the same way that humans use names. Research has recently revealed this. They use unique whistles to identify each other.
I learned that yesterday. Years old. Yeah. They make the water look so cute. What is their skin? Is the skin? The skin gets me how luscious and shiny they look. Wow. This looks like they just said I do and they're just soiree. And
Oh, okay.
Looks like they're having their first dance. Looks so elegant. Dolphins are the sweetest of the creatures. And you know, I also learned that you can find out how old they are by the number of rings on their teeth. I wonder if we have rings on our teeth. I have to take a closer look when I get home. Since they're quite like, they're so intelligent, almost like us. Like yesterday, whilst I was driving, I saw the mama monkey on one side of the road, and then there were 3 other ones on the other side. They looked left, they looked right when the road was clear. So I was ways off, they just dashed across. The baby held on to the mama, she ran in the bush, and then the other 2 just followed behind. I was like, look at that, they're so smart, looking left and right before they cross. Who taught them? And my dog video.
Excuse you.
Tell me you had a look at my dog video. Nope. Now that we know the fantastic facts of the dolphins, do you see he knew everything by name? Figure 8, circle, chicken.
Well, animals are smart. You can train them. Right?
Not a cat, a dog. The man told him to speak, he barked. The dog was, my gosh, and he has over 1,100 toys, and he can identify all of them with human names. Smart. Dogs are a man's best friend, not cats.
On that note, Cortez is singing us into commercial. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans, such as lentils and kidney beans, contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Known actress Tia Murray announced her divorce from her husband of 14 years, Corey Hardick, on Instagram in October. Tia said in an interview on the Today Show, and quote, "It is not about staying in something because however long you are in that situation, that equals success," end quote. The interview clip has gone viral as many people have never heard of this outlook on divorce. Let's take a look at this video.
A lot of courage to say this isn't working. Yeah. Was there a moment where you knew I have to do something different?
Yes, I feel like when I started to, again, like I said, focus on myself, but there was this sadness, and I knew that life is short. I had actually, lost my grandmother. We had lost Elena Housley, and both of them at the same time. There was just an aha moment in me where I said, you know what? You need to tap in, see what's really going on with your happiness. Life is short. Let's go. Let's start working on you and really focusing on what really, really matters here, which is at the end of the day, your peace, your joy, and your happiness. So I would say that. And I was in therapy as well.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of therapy. So it was all of that, you know, together that gave me that, you know, aha moment.
What were you the most afraid of stepping in? Because this is you're stepping in. Because some people, when you say, "Oh, my husband and I are going our separate ways," they go, "Oh no, oh that's sad." But you actually see this as
a celebration.
A celebration.
I really do. I look at it as one of my friends. She sent this beautiful letter to me from a woman who got a divorce, and it's all about, you know, this perspective, in my opinion, and just changing the narrative. You know, my marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, you know, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people look at, when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy? Are they thriving? Are they growing? And I feel like that is what is most important. It's not about staying in something because however long you are in that situation, that equals success. It's about really, again, are you happy? Because life is really short.
Yeah, it's like a blank.
Wow, and we're back.
Jamie, I have to start with you because you seem to agree with most of what Tia said according to our off-air conversation.
Which is exactly why you shouldn't start with me, and you should probably put your 2 cents in on this.
I don't know. This is why you should marry when you're 50. I honestly believe everybody should marry when they're 50. Yes, you know why? Because you get to do you all from 1 to 49, and then at 50 you just decide, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what she said.
No, in a sense, but it's like, why does it take us being in a union to discover that we're miserable and we haven't found our peace, this is not working for us because we have to give so much, because although they say compromise, I swear compromise only works for the women in most relationships, and I'm sure most of the women would agree with me on this one, because the fellas seldom compromise, yes. So it's better we get married at 50, you know, when we've already lived out all of these things out of our system, we found our happiness, and if, let me say, if we desire companionship, then we marry at 50. Whoa, that's my 2 cents.
I like how she's changing the narrative on divorce, because I guess in our parts, a lot of people look to, and she's right, how long you are in a marriage as being successful. There are a lot of people who put up with a lot of things. She's clearly not been one of those to put up with those things, but she had to find herself. And if you're not happy in a situation, why would you stay in it because of social pressures? It makes no sense, because you have one life to live. So whether you marry at 50 or 25, it really doesn't matter. You are evolving as a person, and sometimes that evolution takes you away from the person that you were when you first got married. And if you're not going to grow together, or if there are other things that come up, you ought to be, put it this way, the love that you have for yourself ought not to dictate that, or not to usher you into a situation where you say, I'm going to put that on the back burner and succumb to societal pressures just to have what looks on the surface to be a successful marriage, because, oh, I don't want to have a failed marriage. Oh, I don't want to have... Come on, really? In this day and age? She's absolutely right.
And I get your point, but in order to get the diploma or the degree, you have to complete the
What is your
curriculum.
version of completion?
You have to complete it.
What is completion?
If we are using school, completion is you have to do the program in its entirety to
But then it comes
receive
to an
the
end,
degree.
Hortensia.
Yes, but it comes to an end with success because you would have gotten the degree. Now, a marriage that comes to an end, you just had she should have said, I had 14 good years of marriage, but now it's over. I don't find that to be successful.
It is successful.
Successful is on completion.
Hortensia, come on, really?
Yes.
Successful is finding a better version of yourself as having gone through that process. And she's coming out of that marriage knowing who she is better, knowing what she wants better, grateful for the times that she's had and the lessons that she's had and the children that she's created. So what is the failure?
The failure is, the fact is, she had 14 let's say 14 good years of marriage, but the marriage failed. It didn't end the way it should end.
Hortensia, there were a lot of people who have failed marriages and are not divorced. And let's just talk
I
the
know,
reality
but
of the
Jamie,
thing,
I'm just
all right?
saying, don't say I had a successful marriage. Said I have 14 good years of marriage with a
She
bit
had
of
a successful marriage. It was a
No,
successful marriage.
Successful is the completion of something. Your marriage is completed when either one of you is dead. That's when it's completed. In
No,
my-
Hortensia.
What? Anyway, you've never been married. What does the pastor say when you would have gone to weddings till death? He never
And that
said
is exactly
after
why-
14 years, after 25
And
years,
that is
after
exactly
50
why
years.
a lot of unhappy people are living in marriages because of societal pressures, because they're thinking about what somebody else said and what other people will think, and they're not thinking about themselves, Hortensia.
But if you should have been thinking about yourself before you got into it,
So it
because you
stops
would have
after?
known. Jamie, no. You would have known that you're going into something that is a bunch of problems because we all have different personalities and things will come up. So my point is, if you know it's something that you're not going to do, just don't do it, or wait until you would have done everything. And as I said, if you need companionship, you
No.
get married at 50.
I utterly
I
disagree.
get her point, but she should just said I had 14 wonderful years. I don't find it to be a success.
You weren't in her
that's just
marriage,
my-
Hortensia, so you don't know how she grew. You don't
She grew
know.
as- no, but the
you're
mar-
looking at divorce, and this is the thing. It's like we're giving letter grades here. So we've got D and F, right? F is a failure. D automatically leads to that failure grade, and as long as you're divorced, you're, that is so not true. There are so many people who have been in marriages, and I say it again. They're in marriages right now. They are literally stuck because they want to give the impression that they're so good and they complete each other and they're successful because they're in it for so many years. It's, they've been married for 30-something years. 30-something years of what? Hell, sometimes.
Not every
30-something
day.
years of private infidelity or even public infidelity. 30-something years of disagreements, but on the surface, or because the pastor said whatever, you're going to be married, and that is your sign of success. Guess what?
is
Some
why
of you
we
probably
shouldn't
don't.
get
Some of them
married.
probably don't even know each other that well. Some of them probably have lived. You're talking about curriculum. They go through 30-something years. It's the same first year everywhere. They're not developing together. They're not progressing. That is not success. She's absolutely right. She knows who she is coming out on the other side of it. She is grateful for the time that she had. They worked well together. It is a success in her eyes. She's absolutely right. Do you. Do not let anybody pressure you into doing what it is that they think is success.
I'm just saying she should use different words, but then I can't say what words she can use. But still, do you understand where I'm coming from?
I understand that your version of success looks very different from hers, and so you're projecting onto her.
Not really, because I can't really say her words, but I'm just saying in the context of marriage, the end result is death. When you get your degree, the
I
end
love
result
that.
is
The end result is death. Did you hear that, guys?
Come on, Jamie,
In the
just
context-
understand where I'm coming from, okay? I'm not saying it's not okay for people to get divorced, because as Jamie said, I want to say saying something where you're being knocked from wall to wall, whatever, for how many years.
You don't have to be knocked from wall to wall, Hortensia. You could just
That was
realize.
Just an instant.
Yeah, but you could just realize.
Instant.
I get it, but there are other reasons that people get divorced. And if you're not fulfilling your destiny, why on earth would you, if you use the analogy of a flower that's supposed to blossom, supposed to grow, and you're literally in that dirt, and I'm not saying dirt because it's a negative thing,
get
but
you.
you're there, you're not growing, you're not blooming, you're miserable, you're unhappy, but you're going to stay there because, I made a commitment to stay with this dirt no matter what. Guess what?
Well, the flowers
You
technically stay with
made
the
the
dirt.
commitment, but you are not evolving. You are not thriving. So
Okay.
which version of you made that commitment, and why are you still in it? Is it to please somebody because, hey, a promise is a promise, so you'll keep the promise no matter what? Or is it that you recognize in life there are stages, we each evolve, and sometimes we just have to recalibrate? To me, that is what divorce is, a second chance.
To fall in love with somebody else and go through the same
Who says
thing
you need to
again?
fall in love with somebody else? Perhaps
Most
you're falling in
divorced
love with
people-
yourself.
Most
Hortensia.
divorced people fall in love again and get married. Look at our good friend J-Lo. She's back to Mr. Ben.
She's our good friend? I didn't know that.
Work with me here, please. You're not working with me with...
Hortensia, in our parts, we tend to be very old-fashioned when it comes to things like marriage and relationships. And we love to tout the idea of monogamy, especially in relationships, when we know that infidelity is a thing, but hey, you know, we've got the ring, and so it's about monogamy, and you're miserable like hell, but hey, it is what it is.
The ring
Let's
don't
just go
mean
through.
anything, because half of us don't even wear those things on some days.
But it's a symbol, and it's a symbol of what exactly?
It's a symbol of you're off the market to me.
That's not, you see, but that's the thing. I'm looking at a ring, and I'm looking at the shape of it, and it's a symbol of never-ending love. It goes around. But if you're not willing to, and actively, a marriage takes two people who are committed to each other. Why? And I ask you this question, not for you to share your personal information, but just as a general question. Why, if one party is more committed than the other at a particular point in time, and even after trying, should one just stay in that to avoid what some people term to be a failure, when it's clearly not working out, and you can evolve and you can develop and thrive on your own because you had to be whole before you went into the marriage? If you went into the marriage looking for somebody to complete you, well, I'm sorry, you're not going to find it.
It ain't going to work. You got to go in that thing completed.
I see nothing wrong with
But Jamie,
what
I
she
get
said.
your point, but yeah, most married, most divorced persons do get another person, even if some don't recommit to marriage, some of them do have another person. Yeah. So they have 2 children. Let's talk about the children now, right? And I find most parents that divorce, their parents divorce. And no pun intended, but her parents are divorced parents. Maybe they didn't stay together for the same reason too.
And maybe that was a success.
So
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
You're looking at patterns, but you see, I think that we are wired here to automatically assume that because something comes to an end in a non-traditional way, we think that it's a failure. It is not necessarily. God knows it could be a blessing.
And I agree with you. So let's go on to the children. Enough about the adults. They already made their decision. What about the children? So do you think she should have stayed for the children? Well,
Who's
you
gonna
already
stay
think
in
she
the
shouldn't
children?
have stayed.
Who on earth is going to stay for the children? The children will be miserable. What on earth is the point of
only-
staying in anything for somebody else?
Jamie, the parents back then, we didn't even know they fight. As I said, when I saw the thing.
Yeah, they were good liars, Hortensia.
Yeah, they were hiding from us, so we didn't know. No, our generation, like T and them, the children going to see them fighting because they're going to do it in front of them. And maybe sometimes they might even try to do a little hush hush and be like, the kids are looking. But the whole point is, I guess you don't stay in marriage to protect the children either, huh? So the children just have to know that mommy and daddy not together anymore. And then it's so hectic on the children. So me and you were a couple. So our kids, by you one weekend, then by me next weekend, you're teaching them one thing, I'm teaching them one thing. The poor kids are confused.
Why does it have to be that way, though? Why do you think that
I
there
don't
cannot be
understand
no
why they can't come together.
coordinate? They can. Some people do, but you don't hear about it. What you hear about is a
Some do,
sensationalized version of things.
But majority don't, Jamie, and it's hurtful on those poor little things
Hortensia,
that
that's
didn't
not
ask
true.
to be here.
Hortensia, come on.
Jamie.
Hortensia. There are a lot of us who grew up in single-parent homes, and a lot of us who mirror that of sharing or running between homes. We're not any worse off. So we're thinking there are
Jamie,
parallels
the
to
kids
be drawn.
these days are worse off than we were.
Hortensia, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
With more opportunities.
More opportunities.
With the ability to hold engaging conversations at 7 and 8 years old
Yeah,
with
but
adults.
then
They're
when you
worse
see them
off.
on talk shows, they'd be like, my parents' divorce really affected me.
Only because it might not have been explained what divorce actually represents. You come together as two people, that's a marriage. You're leaving as two people, that's divorce. But you're whole and you're going to work together because you're still a family no matter what.
She said she and her husband tell each other they love each other every day. Well, our ex-husband, my bad, tell each other that they love each other every day.
Listen,
Maybe
I'm all
they'll get
for
back
divorce.
together.
I'm all for
Who knows?
divorce if it's not working. Because here's the thing. If you're on one side of the marriage and somebody else is on the other, both parties, there's no commitment that's shared. Why even bother? Why try to force someone to stay in the marriage? Some people get pregnant, unfortunately, thinking a child will unite us. Or some people turn a blind eye to all of the infidelity or all the disagreements because they think this is my husband. Meanwhile, somebody else is like, yeah, he's mine too, but you got the ring. And these are the kind of things that happen, and we pretend like we don't know, oh, your husband has 2 or 3 girlfriends because he doesn't stay at home. When you're in public, at functions or whatever, it's like, this is my husband, this is my wife, this is whatever. Your wife does the same thing.
Yeah, but
if it's not working for you, perhaps it's working for them with that sort of relationship, and who am I to judge? But if it's not working for other people and they choose to get divorced, Hortensia, because they want a better version of themselves, they have that right.
But why doesn't the person that becomes a cheater decide, let me divorce and leave this person? Because if they want to be in all corners and then just carry out the wife as a piece to just show people, oh, look at my wife, this is my wife, but things aren't going well underneath, then just divorce the wife and be with whomever.
Here's what I say to you. It takes two to tango. Divorces are expensive. Divorces are not easy. And this is why people need to be mindful when they're getting into marriages. I'm telling you right now.
How can we be mindful, Jamie?
Get a
Nothing is
prenuptial
guaranteed.
agreement. Get whatever you need to get.
We guarantees in these parts.
You can stay there with that, because it's just so amazing to me how many people decide to stay married because they don't want to divvy up the property. They want to live in the house. They want to do whatever. They want to.
Take it down the middle.
Do you think it's that easy? There are some people who just decide that they want to stay in marriages because it makes fiscal sense and nothing else. So if you can, and it's better for you, and you want to get divorced. Clearly, I'm a proponent for divorce. And yeah, send me all the hate mail you want. I'm a proponent for marriage too, but if it's not working, recalibrate.
Get rid of them, I guess.
All righty. Well, we're about to recalibrate here. We'll be back in a moment with more GMS SKN.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children. Settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
Mommy, Uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though. Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
There's a recent trend on TikTok where couples list out their icks about each other. Interesting. And you do that on social media. Didn't we just talk about divorce? Anyway, in any event, for today's Loosen Up, we'll be going through a list of some of the funniest icks persons have. Well, this is all in good fun. So to translate, an ick simply means a turnoff, but with a twist. The ick is a guttural kind of a turnoff, and one that is entirely unexpected and sometimes comes from the most minor action or most minute exchange.
What is this making? It's making it hard for people to get married or get in relationships, because then they'll be like, "Oh, you annoy me. I'm done."
Okay. Well, this is a funny one. So hey, here you go.
Not liking hummus.
Ick number 1. Can you imagine this one? Not liking hummus.
But some people don't like the taste of grounded chickpeas. So
that's an ick?
Yeah, and this is my thing, right? We're going to go back to the marriage topic.
I see you love that topic.
No. Jamie, I love the topic, okay?
Thought it was divorce though, but anyway, keep going.
Hold up. We need to stop pretending what we are not prior to us getting in relationships and then eventual marriage. Because Jamie out there eating his hummus, and I could tend to want to impress Jamie, I'm going to eat hummus. But when we get married, I can say, I didn't even like that. I was just doing that to impress you. Stop doing that. First date, me hate hummus. Me not eat it, me not like it. Okay? So he could know if he can deal with the factor. Stop being fake. Don't wait till you're in a relationship or in a sealed thing to say, I like the hummus, you know. So yeah, like the hummus from date 1. Fair enough, right?
Are you even dating advice now? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Here we go. From date 1. Say that you don't
say
like the
what
hummus.
you don't like and don't pretend to be what you're not. If you are accustomed to being in your rollers and your grandma robe, when Jamie comes to the house, please be in your rollers and your grandma robes. Don't be extra chic and all your dirty laundries are shoved under the bed to make it look clean and neat. Leave them where they are. Let him see. This is how he may come home one day and see the house. Be authentically you. It saves some of the drama that you have. Yes.
Can I say icky? I think you went through a lot of icks. They're not there at all, but hey.
How is this an ick? Chasing after a rolling tennis ball? What if you play tennis?
You wait until the ball stops, quite honestly. It's rolling.
Just run after the ball. Where's the fun in things when we become adults? We get so uptight. This is why we have stress. Because we don't like to see the fun in things anymore. Like, me and my nephew was walking on the walk, and we are on the golf course, and he says, Auntie, look at that big turtle with the shell. And I look up in the sky, and I instantly see the cloud that looks like the big turtle with the shell. And I'd be like, cool, huh? And he'd be like, yeah. And he's 4. And I felt so good that I can relate to what he's seeing, and I just didn't say I see it because. Yeah, so that was a really good feeling.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So run after your ball. It's not ick. I would run after the ball.
Running after a tennis ball.
Yeah.
All right, so the other ick on the list is unironic use of emojis. Yeah.
Oh. See? Stoic, uptight, bougie. It's not
having
fun
fun with your
anymore.
emojis. Really? These are the things
See?
that determine. Oh, I'm sorry. What? How old are you people? When you think these are icks?
Boy, uptight and adultish. Adultish. I'm sorry. They just rhymed well. Oh, I even did the snort. Oh my gosh. When she sings the wrong lyrics. Why are you so perfect? Where's the joy in anything? Be joyful in life.
If you're gonna sing the right lyrics.
No.
That's what some people say. Well, thankfully, Whiskas didn't come to get me, and I realized what rhythm was after that. But seriously.
Come on. We always sing the wrong lyrics.
Yeah, when you don't know, especially if it's Toni Braxton's song.
Oh, you always sing the wrong. Oh, because of how she sounds. That's why you know what you should do when you're playing songs on YouTube. You play the version that has the write up, so you get the words correct. That's what I do. I'm proud of it. So I can always have the lyrics correct. And when I don't know the lyrics, I just no, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah.
No, but the other thing is that not only is she singing the lyrics wrong, or he's singing the lyrics wrongly, but confidently, and they think they're doing it so correctly.
The right way. Just let people be themselves.
Yeah, like how you cook, this is how you cook this. No, this is how you cook that. No, this is how you cook that. Goes back and forth.
Listen, do you see how much quirks we have to work out? This is why I think counseling should start from age 5. Or maybe not age 5, maybe from since they're born. Because I saw something on YouTube the other day, this girl when I think she was 2, she was having a candy tantrum and her dad calmed her down. And now she's like 6 and she went into a pageant and I guess she didn't place where she wanted to and she was having an angry throat fit again. And once again, her dad was teaching her how to control her emotions. So that's...
Wow. He was talking her through controlling the
emotions. Yeah, this is why, yes. I think because the average adult look at counseling as, oh God, a failure. Well, this is why I got a counseling. But as Tia rightly said, she's in counseling and she discovers stuff about herself. That's why I think for those of us who have the intention to become married, we should go to counseling since whenever. Because some of us, since we're teenagers, not me, we're planning our ballerina dress, blah, 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 blah. And then we get married and it doesn't turn out the way it is. So we should go to counseling, and then the counselor should say, this is what you should expect, this is what you shouldn't expect, are you willing to put up with this, blah, blah, blah. So you know. So you really go into the thing as a whole, and not as a quarter or 3/4
Where's the fun in
or
that,
half.
though?
Okay.
Life is about,
This is why I said we shouldn't get the license, because we didn't work for the license, and we shouldn't get the certificate until after the completion. So that's why Tia should have gotten her certificate after the 14 years. Because we cannot get a road license, Jamie, without practice and passing the test. Now, if we ain't pass the test, we ain't gonna get a license. The police gonna lock you up if we
So
drive
what
without
is
a
your
license.
version of a license?
Working to achieve the goal, then you get the certificate.
And the goal is what?
Jamie, you know what the goal is.
No, I'm asking.
Okay.
What is the goal?
We get a license, right? Initially, because we have to get the license before.
I don't mean the road test. I'm talking about the relationships because you.
Exactly. But I'm back on it.
Mhm.
We have to get the license before we do the actual wedding and the marriage, right? Why, in normal life, do we get a license before passing the driver's test? So everything's backward.
You have a license to sell alcohol as well. You have other things. There are other things that you get.
Jamie, we're talking about
Your business
driving. We're not talking. Jamie just want to run from the thing, you know.
What am I running from? I asked you what the goal is. I still.
The goal is, as I said, Tia should have gotten her certificate at the 14 years. I completed 14 years of. Just like how we get certificates to say I, blah, blah, blah.
Time served. We got it. Anybody else?
Time served.
Time served. You get that?
How is it
14
time
years.
served?
Time served. Like, really?
Yeah,
that was her point. It's not about how long
it's
you
just
stayed
funny
there.
how it is, how we are given these things in that area of it. If you look at it from my point of view, yeah.
It's not how long you stay there. It really isn't how long you stay there.
Yeah,
If
license
that's-
without learning to drive.
If that's what it is, I tell
Run
you.
over everybody on the road, huh?
If that's what it is, all of us should be in primary school.
This is why counseling should start from the age of 1.
No, I disagree.
Why not?
Absolutely not. No counseling should start. Are you kidding? You
So-
think you're going to breed problem children?
No, we're not, but at least they know how to deal with situations when they arise. That's why I said there should be somebody at every age to say at 5, your teeth's gonna fall out. At 3, this is what's gonna happen. At 2, you're gonna be rude and terrible and they have to get your emotions in check. At 1, you're gonna be bouncing around and cute, you're gonna fall down, you might get a little scrape, you're gonna stick your hand in people's food. You know, tell the kid, tell us. So we're prepared for life. How about that?
Huh? Okay. I don't see it, but anyway, yeah.
Okay, walking angrily in flip-flops. How is that an ick?
Walking angrily in flip-flops.
Yeah.
What do I know? You
Maybe-
hear the slapping sound and it's just, you know, what it is.
That's
right?
it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I guess some people don't like to hear that sound.
And look at
Like
this.
a track pants.
Yeah, track pants sounds weird. Running with a backpack on. How is that?
Because of the same thing.
I don't understand. When I would
By the way, that's painful.
running with a backpack
I
on?
guess it is. If it's full, yes.
When I hiked, well, if it's full. But then we never thought it was bad. We ran across the field. Even as an adult, when I used to hike in Antigua, I have my backpack with my ton load of snacks. And if I find that they're catching up to me or I'm losing them, I run with my backpack on.
Well, clearly it's an ick for somebody, Cortensia. So, you know,
Man,
yeah, you're
that's
icky.
so minor. And thank you. That's so minor, though.
Oh, man.
Imagine, look at this. Dropping a coin and running after your own monies is a problem for that person. How?
I guess I should leave it for the homeless guy. No, it's all right.
Listen, these icks are just rough.
All right, when they try to merge lanes but no one lets them in. Oh,
Oh, that's a big ick. That's a big adult ick. Because we would have gotten a valid driver's license, not the license before learning to drive, because then we would just run into you and think that you're a cartoon and you can be unsquished, and that doesn't work here. Jail time. Yeah.
Time served.
Yes, I get my paper after prison. Cortensia served 5 years in prison and has completed her anger management issues and is no longer at risk to pedestrians or drivers on the road.
Oh, dear goodness.
Yes, after the completion of my sentence. Do you see?
No.
Sticking to it.
How about this one? When they stamp near a pigeon and it doesn't move, the pigeon is defined.
Yeah.
No respect for the individual. You're
Yeah,
not an
it's
alpha
like-
anything. Alpha male or alpha female.
I'm supposed to be afraid of you because you stomp your feet?
Yeah.
Stamp on. Get an envelope. Send it somewhere. Imagine if
Well-
pigeons could talk what they could tell humans.
No, I don't imagine that. Trust me. There are other things that, you know, we should aim for, like world peace, which is elusive. But yeah, no, definitely not that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not that.
So-
What? Yeah, go ahead.
Take it away, Jamie.
Take it
Come on.
away.
Yeah.
Can I take? Really? Okay. You want? Yeah. All right. We're gonna go to commercial. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans, such as lentils and kidney beans, contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cooked today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what real happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
It is time for us to have some fun. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. For those of you who would have joined us, thank you for joining us. And yes, it is time to have some fun. So to do so today, Jamie and I will be playing a fun game of fact or fiction. Here's how it works. A statement will appear on screen, and each of us will cast our votes on whether we think it's fact or fiction. If the statement turns green, then it's a fact. If it turns red, it's fiction. Join us and cast your votes in the comment section. Let us know how you do, GMSK Nation. And of course, you will definitely see how we did. So, let's play.
Yes. The national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Fiction.
I must say fiction. Well, a unicorn rhyme with leprechaun, but leprechaun is not an animal.
Well, it's fact.
Unicorns aren't real.
Well, apparently it's a national
But
animal.
then, just like leprechauns aren't real. Yeah. Man, Scotland just got us, man.
So that's a national animal.
Yeah. It's magically a unicorn.
Imagine the impossible.
Ooh, I would say fact. You want to say fiction? Because I think the Lord continued to make them with one less rib. Because remember, he took Adam's rib to make Eve.
Fiction.
I want to say fact. Let's see me get a fiction today. Oh, so he gave everybody back their equal. Okay, fair enough. So only Adam. Listen.
Do you realize why I don't engage in these discussions?
Why?
with you?
Why? You could work with me. Why?
Because you've gone to one less rib because one was taken.
Mm-hmm.
And that would seem rational. Except when you get the truth of it, what does that do to what you just presented?
That I thought he'll continue to make man with one less rib.
Okay.
Nobody don't entertain.
There are more stars in space than grains of sand on every beach in the world.
I want to say fiction.
I think it's fiction. I think it's infinite. So how do you quantify infinity?
You could count the stars, but if you get the opportunity to, but you can't count the grains of sand. That's a lot.
You can count. Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, shucks. See? And they know there are more because they can count those. I don't know how they know it's more with more than the sand. Who can sit there and count all that sand? That's why they should be fiction.
They're going with the sheer expanse of things, I guess, and the volume that they're looking at. I suppose that's how they do it.
Fiction. My French.
Mind you, I don't think they're actually counting.
Oh my gosh.
Like, really?
Birds do not urinate.
Hey, grab one and bring it in here. Oh, wait, so that'd be illegal, wouldn't it? All right. No caged birds experiment.
I'm going to say fiction because I think they urinate and poop at the same time.
Can I say who cares? Is that an option? It's not.
Fiction.
Clearly, it's not an option that I have. So,
That's
fiction.
it.
Fiction.
If it's fact, I'm going to beat myself.
Really?
I thought because of how their poo looks, I thought it's watery and stuff. I thought both comes out together. Wow.
Yeah, that's what you get in the morning, guys. Talk about poo.
Bird poo.
Yeah, not just any poo.
Jamie, goldfish has a 3-second memory. I would say as a fact. Why is Jamie?
I'm having a moment, and it's not.
Are you thinking
involving
about
Winnie.
the person?
It's not involving Winnie the Pooh here. Sorry. It's like, hey, that's what you want to see, right? Goldfish have a 3-second memory. False. Fact. Sorry, fiction. I said false.
Oh wow. I said facts. Okay. Up to 5 months. Wow.
I think this is a fact.
This might be a fact. It could still be fiction. Okay, let me stick with one. Fact. So fact.
Well, it's neither fact nor fiction. I'm kidding.
I think it could be the large. Yeah. I got one right after all.
Brazil is a large place, so anything is possible.
Yeah. I think I saw this somewhere. That's why I went with fact. So yeah, I actually knew about this before today. Houseflies have an average lifespan of 2 months. I wish I knew.
Not in my house.
Well, how do you know the others would not have flown out and died? And these are new ones.
Not in my house. If they come in, they hardly ever leave alive. And it doesn't take me 2 months.
Guys, do you see that smile? That looks like a Dick Dastardly smile. Like I get them. So I would say average lifespan of 2 months.
Fact.
I'm gonna go on fiction. Since you said they can live longer, they only die by your hands. Yeah.
20 to 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fiction.
I love the fact that people actually count this. The Mona Lisa was painted by Vincent van Gogh in the 17th century. Ooh. Wow. Was it a Van Gogh painting? Or was it a...
Was it Vincent van Gogh?
I would say this is fiction. Although the other name that I am tempted to say escapes me at this moment.
Who's the guy that painted that? Oh my gosh. Vincent van Gogh. I'm gonna go with fiction. Because I don't think, fiction.
Right.
Leonardo da Vinci, yes. I know it was something like DiCaprio, but I'm like, no, it's not DiCaprio.
Yeah, DiCaprio.
Yeah. Da Vinci, yep. No, because we did something recently with Van Gogh and it wasn't the Mona Lisa. So I was a bit hesitant, Yep. Fact.
That is a fact.
That's the only thing we can drink and not worry about nothing going on around our waist or arms or face. Yeah. Drink water with no calories.
Brain is the largest human organ. That is fiction.
I'm trying to remember what's the largest organ in our bodies, Jamie. I'm not too sure about this, so I'm not.
Skin.
The skin, yes, the skin. The skin, yeah. Ooh, the things you learn in primary school that doesn't travel with you to the big age. Well, most of it gets left behind. The 2024 Summer Olympic Games will take place in Paris, France. Fact.
I don't know this one.
Mm.
All right. Let's say fact.
Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. What? I have a song for everything today.
Apparently.
Yeah, guess how I know? I saw it yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right.
You really thought I knew that, knew that? No, I always admit to things. You know, I saw it passing the television yesterday. Something was being...
I disagree. Fiction, I think it's white.
Green is the most common color on flags of the world. Yeah, you are correct. White. Almost every flag has white in it.
I've seen.
Yeah.
But I don't know all of them.
The
So we'll
Lebanese
see.
is the French color with a green cedar or oak tree in the middle, which is green. Now, white man, white. Jamie's correct. So this is fiction in our French accent.
Oh, red is the most common color.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because St. have red, Ghana have red, the Lebanon flag has red, France has red, Germany has red, Romania has red, USA full of red, England full of red. Okay, they're correct, yeah. Red.
That is fact. The logo of Mozilla Firefox is a red panda.
That is a fiction.
Or is that opera? No.
Fiction. It's a red fox.
Okay. Maybe you're right.
I'm a beat up the tech guy. No. How come Firefox suddenly?
I don't know.
Red panda?
Here's your opportunity to ask them.
No.
It's a red panda.
But Firefox is a red fox.
No, that's Sanford.
No. I can show
Oh, you
on
missed
the
it.
computer.
Okay, never mind. Somebody out there got it.
I
Red
got you,
fox?
but I'm like,
Yeah.
no. Because I'm like, no. I want to get to the point of this. Yeah, I know Sanford's red fox. See, he's got me striking up all the songs. A typical guitar has a total of 5 strings in total. Ooh. Oh my gosh. 5?
Fiction.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 6? All right. I want to follow Jamie, but then I want to say fact. Okay, let's say fact just to say we're saying something. Because I'm really not sure. Fiction. 6. And I did say 6. Eat myself. Because I'm trying to visualize and count as I go down. All right, 6 strings. The first computer programmer in the world was a man.
Fact.
Okay, Jamie, you have this one. I'm not sure. I am not
We'll see.
sure. Fiction. I
Ada
wanted to say that,
Lovelace.
Isn't this the woman from the space movie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They had some movie and Taraji P. Henson played.
Ada Lovelace.
Ah, man. I'm gonna Google it when I am done here. M&M stand for Mars and Moordale.
Fiction. Sorry, fact. That's what I meant to say.
I think that's true. Moordale. Give me more. Mars. Oh, wow. I wonder how GMSKN Nation is doing. Let us know in the comments. E is the most common letter used in the English language. Is it E or A? What do you want to say? I'm going to go with fact. Let's see.
What she said.
Fiction. See, the one thing we're not supposed. Hey, see? Oh! Didn't see it.
I don't count these things.
I just
How am I supposed to know that?
GMSKN Nation. I am a very indecisive individual. Even when I know things, I doubt myself. Can anyone tell me how I can get over this phobia of mine? Link it in the comments. I appreciate you. 5 main blood groups? Nah. Nope. Fiction. I think there are more.
I'd say fact, but I'm not sure. Fact. Let's just go fact. Fact it away.
Fiction.
4.
Yes. Because remember when they join up, A, B, whatever. Ooh. Ooh. Fact. No, fiction. Fiction.
Can I take the other F word there? Fish? That'd be my response, fish. Okay, let's go with fiction.
Okay, let's see. Fact. They cannot blink. I've never seen a fish with curly eyelashes, so I know they can't blink, to show them off. And their eyes are like this all the time.
Alrighty, well, okay, just so that you guys don't blink anymore, we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children. Settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
Mommy, Uncle not here and the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school,
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see, Sammy.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. I'm not going to ask this question because I know that you guys have heard about theology, so there's no point in asking if you have. In today's segment of Unexplored Fields, this is what we'll be looking at. Absolutely right, theology. So theology is an excellent degree choice for those wishing to continue into religious positions. Leave us a comment and let us know what are the careers we should feature in this segment. Perhaps it would be one of yours. So here are some standard courses persons take. Wow, we're going to talk about standard courses in a second.
Yeah.
That's me getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Diving into theology? Or
Head
sprinting
first.
into theology?
Are you trying to be a dolphin? You going 20
Not at
miles
all.
or 25 miles per hour?
Not at all. Maybe a tortoise in theology. We'll see. All right.
A theology degree gives you an education in religious ethics, morality, history, philosophy, and literature. While theology can focus on any religion, U.S. theology degrees typically focus on Christianity. I never knew that. I always thought theology was based on Christianity, so I learned something new today.
No, etymologically, or etymology, right? Root word is the study of God, literally. And because of what it is, you get religion. Exactly, so.
Yeah.
Theo.
Yeah, God is good. I just got all the tunes. He is great. Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're looking more in theology as well.
Would you ever study theology, though?
All right, so we've got some standard courses. I think, no, I wouldn't study theology. Which is weird to say, but weird in the sense that I think I'm more of a practical person. I don't see this being as practical as it is spiritually uplifting. Biblical studies in the Old and New Testaments is one of the things that you can study if you're pursuing an associate degree, as is church history, introduction to philosophy, introduction to theology, pastoral counseling, and world religions. Get a sense of those world religions.
Yeah. Because you have to prove to the person that's sitting in front of you why Christianity is the ultimate.
Well, that's
religion.
what you say. I'm just thinking that you're studying, because remember, you're talking about theology, not Christianity.
Yeah, but world religions. Okay, and I get that, right? But what if you're studying in the US, Christianity? Let's just pinpoint. Let's just talk about that fact that you're studying Christianity. Then you need to know the other religions, or the other world religions, so you can let people know this is why Christianity is the best religion. So at least you
see, I don't know, things
I'm
like
just-
that. I get what
yeah.
you're saying, but things like that, it's like,
Mhm.
I think you're knowing it just to know it. How you apply it is subject to you.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
Version no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pros and cons. World religions. Listen, sometimes I just have information overload because it's like there is so much to know. There is so much to know. If you're not somebody with I should say a strong will or a strong mind, you will definitely get washed or pulled in all directions. Because one day this religion might look better than the religion that you're accustomed to, and then the next day that one might look better because it does this, and I empathize and understand why we have big fights even now, because even in Christianity, look at us. Our association is better than your association because we do this.
Ignorance is one of those things that continues to divide us, and if we can't see beyond our differences, then we'll never unite. So it doesn't matter what the religion is, realistically, it's about respect at the end of the day.
And tolerance. And tolerance is just part of everyday life. We have to learn to tolerate each other, even if we don't believe in what the other believes. The jungle out here, man. What can I do with a theology degree? I can become a chaplain, director of religious activities or education. I can become a minister. I can become a missionary. I can become a professor, so I can use my theology and teach it to someone else. I can become a rabbi, or I can become a religious worker. Sometimes when you have the missionaries that go around, they come to your home, and you ask them certain questions, and you see how far they delve in to try their best to explain. Because I could say, but this group was here and they said that and that. And then you see they just go further. And you'd be like, okay, this person actually studied before they came here. They didn't come willy-nilly thinking, they're just going to say 2 words and I buy it.
Yep.
So, yeah. So sometimes I engage them in conversation to see how much they know.
Okay, so you're one of those people.
Yes, and then I check it for myself because, as I said, I don't want to be washed to and fro. No.
That's very important to check things for yourself as well. So that's what we have for that unexplored field. Oh, by the way, again, so if you have an idea as to what we could feature in this field, let us know. We had a plumber recently, I think. Was this the same segment?
Yeah, unexplored field.
Was the unexplored field? I thought it seemed vaguely familiar. So let us know what your field is. Hey, who knows? Might be featured here. All right, that said, we'll be back in a moment with more GMSKN. Stay tuned.
If you gradually use less salt, you will.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It is that time to let you know what is happening. So the Lake Health and Wellbeing is inviting everyone to the upcoming event, Reimagining Carnival, creating a healthy drinking culture, slated for this Saturday, the 3rd of December 2022 from 11 a.m. at the Marriott. During this event, there will be a stimulating panel discussion and a fun, healthy drinking expo featuring vendors, free health checks, children activities, exercise demos, and tasters of creative, healthy drinks. Panelists include Ms. Patrice Harris, Corporate Communications Manager at Skelec, who will act as the panel's moderator, Dr. Marissa Grant-Tate, medical oncologist, Mistress Kimaru Byron-Keynes, Director of the St. Kitts and Nevis Council on Drug Abuse Prevention Secretariat, Dr. Al Pierre, representing the St. Kitts and Nevis Medical and Dental Association, and Superintendent Cromwell Henry, representing the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. So go out for what is sure to be a fun and informative day and reimagining Carnival. So you basically don't have to drink the strong drinks to have fun at Carnival.
It'd be interesting to get Karimu's take on that. She's a wealth of information as well, as all the panelists do, I'm sure.
Yes.
So really interesting. All right, moving on. The Visual Arts Department at the Washington Archibald High School will host a paint and sip this Saturday, December 3rd. It's already December. It starts at 6:30 p.m. at the hall. This is a fundraising event, and they invite you to join them for a small fee of, get this, only $80. Only 80 EC. To secure your seat, WhatsApp or call 661-8310 or 762-8370. Go out and show your support for the Visual Arts Department at WashI. Yes, Visual Arts at WashI.
Go Wildcats.
That department has been rocking things for a very long time, so definitely good to show support.
Says a former Wildcat. Go Wildcats. 3 cheers. The Eastside Small Ruminants Association, oh my gosh, will be hosting its 2nd annual Mutton or Nuttin event. Ruminants? The figure, the first one, oh Lord, wait, I have to get with that. The figure, the first one was so nice that it's only fitting that they do it twice. So get ready and clear your calendars for another day of mutton lunches cooked in various styles and sides, including seasoned breadfruit, mashed breadfruit, and roast breadfruit. So even the sides cooked in 3 different ways. You got it. It all goes down this Friday, the 2nd December, at the Agri-Strip, just across from me, from 12 p.m. until. You don't want to miss it. So the rum mutants. So there's rum mutants?
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm trying to figure it out.
All right, so that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you know what's happening and it's not made it on the list, send us an email at info@studio327inc.com. That's info@studio327inc.com. If you've got an event, you know something is happening, and you want us to put it on blast for you, it might make the cut. You never know. All right. So we want to thank you guys for joining us today for another edition of GMSKN. Of course, looking back on the day, very lively discussion we had, particularly as it concerned divorce, differing opinions here. You know where my head is at. You know what I have to say about that. Find your happiness, right? So that's me.
But if GMSKN Nation, if you have a topic that you think is interesting that you want myself and Jamie to discuss, please feel free to link us in the comments.
Yeah, link the studio. I don't know if you got her, but hey, you know.
Link the studio, please. We thank you.
And speaking of, I'm going to give you that information in a little bit, but definitely want to thank you for joining us for another edition of GMSKN. And some of you tune in daily. Some of you tell people about us, so we appreciate that. Inviting you to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. and Instagram at Good Morning SKN. And you can't forget that Instagram address because, or at least the handle, because it's the name of the show. Yeah. Right. So Good Morning SKN. That's the handle. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. And please do check out our website, www.studio327inc.com. to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
Yeah, and subscribe. People are telling me that my 1,000 is out of reach, but you can make my 1,000 a reality. Okay, GMSKN Nation, please.
That's subscribe. That's a way to imagine the impossible.
Yes, you see? Imagine the impossible.
I was joking, Cortese, because it is.
Imagine the impossible. We will have 1,000 subscribers by December 6th. Putting it out there. So yes, leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And as I said, if you have a topic you want us to discuss, feel free, drop it in the comments, and myself and Jamie, we will do our best at discussing this topic. So, as I said, it is Tuesday, so choose to be happy, choose to smile, choose to love, choose to be you, choose to be kind to someone on this lovely Tuesday. And see you tomorrow on Whiskermas Wednesdays. Yes, the rhythm is going to get you at 8 a.m. when you start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Thanks for watching Good Morning SKN, where there's always a little bit of everything for everyone. Have a great Tuesday, guys. See you tomorrow.